All right. Uh, so, welcome for anyone who is joining us later. I see Major is the only one in chat right now, so welcome, Major. Glad to have you for your first recaps of the big leagues. For those of you I haven't met yet, I'm Vengeful Pickle, and yeah, I'll be doing the 5D recaps for now. So just I guess I just came up from minors, so and I did some recapping there. I'll probably do similar similar recapping here. So, but first, let's check out the teams. Um, sounds about right, Major. Sounds about right. Let's see. So going down from the top, we're gonna go. Well, maybe not from the top on this side. Let's check out Rumblebee and no. Yeah. Oh, I see. My sheets are out of order as per usual. We'll do short black sheep first. Um, but first, here we go. Let's check out. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, doing well already. Um, we're gonna do take a look at Holes, see what kind of history. Okay, so Holes is a um, inveterate REL player. It looks like or Rebel player anyway. Yeah, all REL. Some Elf League. So a good long history in in Rebel. How'd they do last season? Let's see. So been in Div 5 the last season, last two seasons, but they were up in Div 2 before they've been re-rolling a couple times. So I think I'll happily oh, go ahead and give Holes a coach grade of 4 out of 5 on my arbitrary scale here. Let's take a look at the team. So short black sheep, uh, dwarf team, looks pretty okay. So 1190 played a total of 3 matches, and so we're looking at strength up, agi up, runner. Well now, and a dodge runner. So that's pretty solid. Good scoring pieces, and I mean the strength up, agi up, like that's a surefire ball carrier there. Um, Pretty thin development otherwise. It looks like the blitzer has not taken its skill yet. Um, no other development. Um, well, I would say on 3 games that feels pretty good. I don't know. Do we have? Yeah, we're not looking at. Yeah, I would say that I'm gonna go ahead and call that a 4 in the absence of anything else. Now, okay, theme grade, short black sheep. Uh, we've got. I see a bunch of color animal combos. I like it. Easy to pronounce. Should make whoever's casting happy. Stadium name the color bin. All right. I will give it a solid 4 there. Uh, yeah, cool. I like it. All right, so coming up next, we've got the Compostin Cavaliers, Ursa's team. So let's take a look. Who is Urs? How long have they been around? We've got a few seasons under their belt. Up in Div 2 a couple of times. Challenger Cup with the Lackland Long Tongues. Playoffs last season. So that's another, I would say, um, good coach with nice solid history. Compost and Cavaliers. So this is a Nurgle team. Has played 4 matches in Greenhorn. Block on 3 Nurgle Warriors out of 4. Beast is almost leveled. and a dirty player rotter. Like to see that. Yeah, I think this feels like a pretty solid development for 4 games. I like the nice even development of the Warriors. We'll give that a 4. And then what are we looking at? The Compost and Cavaliers. So I like the names. I am enjoying the names. I don't know that I don't know if there's a theme to the names that I'm not missing, but um, they've got a ring to them. I will give that a I will give that a 3. Mostly just because I'm not connecting to the Compost or to the Cavaliers. But I'm happy to hear feedback on that. If Urs wants to make his case. Um, all right, the Caballeros Tenochtitlan, Floyd X Floyd X, admin by Bleeding Hippie. Okay, so we don't have a coach here, and we don't have a team here, so we'll skip them. Defida Aces, Mr. Rumblebee. Look at the schedule. Good call. It's weird that it was updated differently, but okay, cool. Good, we are going to get Exploit X. So Exploit X is a 2-season coach. Skipped seasons 12 and 14. Okay, so we're going to go not a completely new coach, but not with the same history as the other 2 coaches we've had, so I will call that a 2. And let's look at development here. So we've got 2 losses in Greenhorns. Picked up lineman, blitzer, blocker. Picked up pass on one of the blitzers for this Brett team. So I would say definitely underdeveloped relative to the other teams in the division so far. So I'm going to give that a 2 as well. Not a completely fresh team, but not a whole lot of development in the games. Not a lot of successful development yet. Did they lose any players? No. Okay. I was surprised at the 0 cash. Only 1 reroll. That's going to be challenging. And unfortunately, I do not feel like I can evaluate this theme because I don't speak Spanish. I mean, Raymond the Red, Lorenzo the Red, 3 cheerleaders and 4 assistants. Yes, that would explain the cash. That's a choice. That's an interesting choice. Not sure. It's not a choice I would have made, but it is a choice. I'm gonna go with a solid 3 on the theme because I don't know any better. All right, moving on. Rumblebee, Defida Aces. So Rumblebee is, I believe, an admin and has been around for a whole lot of time. Div 4, Div 1 back in Season 8. Looks like Howl at the Moon was had a long storied career. Couple of rerolls between Starry Fight, Comic Book Heroes, the B list, and then Div 5. So certainly not as apparently my grade for the thing that you'd need for a 5 on this scale is to be like a Super Bowl winner. So what are you gonna do? I can't grade on a Can't grade on a curve. Okay, so let's take a look at the FIDA aces. So then an orc team, and we've got current TV 970. So took an injury in the last match. 2 wins, 2 losses. Played against Reisman in Greenhorn. Oof. An unfortunate set of people out this week. That will come up later as we do some predictions, but the development so far, I mean, strength up on a blitzer and 2 guard already. 2 block blorks. I like it. I feel like this feels pretty solid for early team. Lineman, agi on a lineman is not something you really worry about. Maybe recycle it as you get more cash, but no thrower, which seems fine. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, so I'm gonna give that go with a 4 there, and I love it. The Top Gun references, I'm a fan. I will award our first 5. Yeah. All right, so coming down, the worst dancers who are being adminned and also being adminned here. So I believe we have 0 information, unless Major has some sneaky backdoor. Can I find Mickey D's all day? We'll do that later. We'll see if we can find them later. Joey's Top Ratata, Super Base 521. 4-season coach. Went Div 5, Div 3, Div 1 with the Broken Bone Battalion. So pretty solid. How did they do in Div 1 last season? 6, 2, and 5. So middle of the pack, but that perhaps you know what? We'll go with it. Oops, that's the wrong team. We'll go ahead, we'll give the nod on the coach here, the coach grade, and then let's take a look at Joey's Top Ratata. So it is a Skaven team. It has a movement 10 gutter runner already. It has a strength up gutter runner with wrestle. So we've got a sacker, we've got a 1-turner because we've got sprint. We've got a 2 heads gutter runner for, I guess, ball retrieval. That feels like a ball retrieval kind of action in starting. Mighty Blow Blitzer to start getting the killer up. I mean, this team has all the things you would want a rat team to have. Wow, that's right. I heard about this 6-1 victory in Greenhorn. Major is hooking us up with the worst answers. Thank you, Major. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give Joey's Top Ratata a nice solid 5 there on development so far. Certainly, that's a team that I think can make some moves. And then on the theme, I do believe this is a Pokemon themed team. Rattata makes sense, and at least recognize some of the Pokemon. I'm gonna go with 4. I'll give it a 4. For no other reason than I just don't know. All right, so going back to the worst answers, Mickey D's all day. So this is okay. So we've got a 4-season coach, no minors. Has played 3 teams. Looks like Rats, Elves, and then Kislev for this round. So They have had 3 losses in Greenhorn. Oh, so we're going to give I forget what my, yeah. Um, well, yeah. Okay, so 3 losses in Greenhorns. They have dodge on 2 catchers, one of which has a damaged back, which is armor? Niggle? Niggle, I guess. Um, and then they have a strength up lineman. They don't have any. Thank you. There we go. They don't have any blitzers. This seems surprising to me. Do they have blitzers? No. Hmm. I don't know about that. I feel like you usually want some blitzers on a Kislev team. Hmm. Well, okay, so we're gonna go with a 3. We'll go with a 3. And then for theme, we've got the worst dancers. I believe these are references to, well, I mean, Abramov is in. I feel like this. He was like a Russian pop star. I don't recognize most of these other names. Um, I'm going to hazard a 3 on theme. It is a theme that is certainly over my head. Uh, all right, and now we are on to the Main Street Exiles, Major Reisman. So you may not have known, but Major and I go back to minors. We went through minors in college together. Um, so I've been following his career. We got a boatload of upstarts and some minors. Certainly, first time in the big leagues, but well, probably similar. I'm gonna call it similar to the our I would say Major, you and I, both of our experience is pretty similar to the folks that have played a couple of seasons of REL. We'll leave it at that for coach history. Um, and then what do we got for? Okay, so 3 wins, one draw, so pretty good record in Greenhorn. Development wise, we have a Mighty Blow werewolf, a block werewolf, 2 fleshies that are wanting to level up but haven't yet. Okay, so it's really just the werewolves that have leveled at this point. Um, certainly, block and Mighty Blow is a good pair of skills to get. And I mean, rolling doubles on a werewolf, like, gotta love that when you can have it. I'm gonna go with a 3 here. I feel like I would have loved to see more skills on some of the other things. It is really a pity. It looks like you had MVPs scattered across the flock of zombies and not on more of the relevant pieces. Um, and then I feel bad, but I don't actually recognize the musical reference here. But I'm 100% sure. Oh yeah, okay. Uh, so that is a Stones reference because I'm sort of know my music probably. I'll give you a 4. I recognized it. It's not Top Gun, but and then we got ArchXL, who I know by name as a former Norse player. Um, so let's see, we had Div 5, Season 5's out to 15, so 10 seasons of REL, up in Div 2 and to Div 1 with, I guess, a previous incarnation of not an anime sports team. Interesting. Okay. I Parkour was that was the Norse that was his Norse team last season, which made uh, play-ins and Div 3. Yeah, so I think we're up. We've got another 4 here for coach history. Plenty of experience. Good, some time in Div 1, Div 2, Div 1 and Div 2. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with 5, 2 seasons in Div 1 with the previous incarnation of not an anime sports team. All right, so development. What do we got on development here? Wait, is this the right one? This is the recent one. It's not grade a multi-season Div 1 team. All right, so we are High Elves? I believe this is a High Elf team. Look at me. Look at me knowing my things. A Blitzer with Dodge. A Catcher with Dodge. A Lineman with Dodge. And a Lineman with Wrestle. So a lot of Dodge, which feels like a pretty solid choice, given that most teams early on will not have Tackle. And also, Dodge, doing the Dodge Elf thing is good. Pretty good spread of points on the positionals, so I will give that a 4. And then not an anime sports team. I don't recognize the anime shows. I'm sure they are relevant references, but totally arbitrarily, that is going to be a 3, which puts us at anyone else? Oh, hey, Slow Rider. Puts us at this for overall projections. So I currently have, well, let's go ahead and sort these by grade. No. All right. So we've got, I would say I'm giving Joey's Top Ratata and Fighta Aces the top slots here for coming out of this division. And then Short Black Sheep and Anime Sports Team next, and then going down the list here. So the other thing I want to do is actually look at what are the matchups coming this week. So we're gonna pull out our Okay, we're back. Apparently, I failed to charge my headphones. So, predictions. Let's see. So we've got Defida Aces and the worst answers. Let's see. Let's get that team up there. All right. So for this week, in this matchup, we have Orcs with a lot of guard, block across the board, but down 1 Blork, and they're going to have some loner linemen, versus Kislev with 1 strength up. If the worst answers even accept, yeah, sure. I'm gonna assume that they're not dropping out on week 1. They've got the rest of the week to accept the ticket. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That said, I believe that this is going to be Defida Ace's game to lose. I just think that between the guard and the strength, I mean, they're still rocking 4 strength, 4 pieces, even with the Black Orc out. Plenty of block across the board. I just think this is a march up the pitch, and even if you get even if this lineman leaps in and pokes the center of your cage, I'm not sure it matters. So the Black Sheep and Joey's top Ratata. We have right. So this is the dwarf team. Okay, so the dwarves have an abundance of tackle, but don't have the move to deal with the gutter runners, most likely. I think this game is going to be Joey's, simply because I think the ability of the rats to score is going to prevent the dwarves from pulling off like a 1-0 or a 2-1 grind. I just think the rats can move the ball probably too quickly to for the dwarves to actually pick it up on points. And even the agi up, strength up runner is not going to be able to put enough damage probably on the rats to keep them out of the match. Okay, so then we've got the Composting Cavaliers and the Not an Anime Sports team. Okay, so Rookie Nurgle, whole lot of block, the 1 Pestigore, the 1 Dirty Player. I mean, the Disturbing Presence potentially mucks up the passing game for the elves. On the other hand, I think it's a similar sort of thing as the rats and the I think it's similar to the rats and the dwarves. I just think that it's going to be a little bit too hard. They don't have any tackle, unlike the dwarves. So the dodge pieces are going to stay relatively safe. And I think we see the high elves just move the ball up the pitch enough to take the game on points. And I guess we'll see whether they take injuries to match. And then the last one, we got the Caballeros and the Main Street Exiles. So here we're looking at the pretty underdeveloped Brett team versus the Mighty Blow and the Block Wolves. So I think the Block Wolf will probably see doing ball carrier duty because the Bretts don't have a lot to bring it down. And then the Mighty Blow can pick off the blitzers as needed. I feel like this one could go either way. I think I'm leaning Exiles here though. I just think the Wolves will be, well, they're not that much faster than the Blitzers, so it'll depend on what you can do with the major. But I think you can take this one. And that's it. That feels remarkably short. I'm used to like recapping multiple divs of multiple minors divs that have like 10 people in them. So having a recap that only takes a half an hour is a bit of a shock, honestly. So I guess from a future perspective, I am planning on doing these mostly on Wednesday nights, probably around this same time. if anyone wants to hop on and co-recap with me for a week, absolutely reach out, hit me up. Would love to have some company on the cast, either in a more consistent way or in a rotating option. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what your games bring. I'm hoping next week to pick up a try and pull out like one or two plays from the week that look interesting. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll have the time to check all the replays out or not, but we might highlight a play. And yeah, that's it. So yep, I am Vengeful Pickle, and I'll see you on the pitch. Take care, all.